Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. Date August 3rd, 2022. Time 10 a.m. prompt. BATYON, Youths for Asiwaju, Asiwaju for Youths. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network, BATYON, presents our first inaugural conference. Theme: Nigeria's Democracy, Identity and Power, Building a Youth-Centric Future. Guest speaker: Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, Senior Special Assistant to the Executive Governor of Borno State on Jobs Creation and Youth Entrepreneurship. Venue: Ground Floor, LCCI Conference Center, Inaugural Conference, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. Date August 3rd, 2022. Time 10 a.m. prompt. BATYON, Youths for Asiwaju, Asiwaju for Youths. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network, BATYON, presents our first inaugural conference. Theme: Nigeria's Democracy, Identity and Power, Building a Youth-Centric Future. Guest speaker: Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, Senior Special Assistant to the Executive Governor of Borno State on Jobs Creation and Youth Entrepreneurship. Venue: Ground Floor, LCCI Conference Center, Inaugural Conference, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. Date August 3rd, 2022. Time 10 a.m. prompt. BATYON, Youths for Asiwaju, Asiwaju for Youths. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network, BATYON, presents our first inaugural conference. Theme: Nigeria's Democracy, Identity and Power, Building a Youth-Centric Future. Guest speaker: Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, Senior Special Assistant to the Executive Governor of Borno State on Jobs Creation and Youth Entrepreneurship. Venue: Ground Floor, LCCI Conference Center, Inaugural Conference, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. Date August 3rd, 2022. Time 10 a.m. prompt. BATYON, Youths for Asiwaju, Asiwaju for Youths. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network, BATYON, presents our first inaugural conference. Theme: Nigeria's Democracy, Identity and Power, Building a Youth-Centric Future. Guest speaker: Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, Senior Special Assistant to the Executive Governor of Borno State on Jobs Creation and Youth Entrepreneurship. Venue: Ground Floor, LCCI Conference Center, Inaugural Conference, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos. Date August 3rd, 2022. Time 10 a.m. prompt. BATYON, Youths for Asiwaju, Asiwaju for Youths. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network, BATYON, presents our first inaugural conference. Theme: Nigeria's Democracy, Identity and Power, Building a Youth-Centric Future. Guest speaker: Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, Senior Special Assistant to the Executive Governor of Borno State on Jobs Creation and Youth Entrepreneurship.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our important guest sitting down, and the guest speaker, and all the protocols duly observed. My name is Oseni Olajide Hamed. I'm the DG of BATYON, Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network. It's important to know that we're here because of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and our able Vice President. And today, I'm so happy that the notice came so short and everybody arrived there gradually late, but we understand the situation outside there. BATYON came in place last year, and yes, and it was after October 20th, 2020. This was a deciding factor for our country, a date that will forever ring in the negative bells about Nigeria in the heart of many homes and abroad last year. Like every one of us knew what happened on October 20 last year, the NSAS. Last year, as the government was struggling to ensure the memorial of that day, and this generates a lot of violence. So 3 people came up on board after this incident of October 20th to inaugurate this body called BATYON for Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a youth orientation forum. Because we understand that at the period of this NSAS was a period where a lot of negative words, a lot of propagandas about Bola Ahmed Tinubu came on board. And it is important for us to understand that a question we ask all of them after setting up the foundation and the founder members coming together to form BATYON, during the period of the NSAS and after the NSAS, we ask them the question: is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is it the president of the country at the period of NSAS? Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu the governor of any state at the period of NSAS? Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu an entrepreneur of Lekki Toll Gate? Then is Bola Ahmed Tinubu the commissioner or the IG of police of Nigeria? Then why is everything attributed to Bola Ahmed Tinubu? That was the question we asked them. So we call it an information without source, an information without any level of eligibility to where it's coming from. And we understand that a lot of people are using this to dent the image of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They are the people that knows the dream of Bola Ahmed Tinubu for this great country. And the people that hate this country, I don't want the dream of Bola Ahmed Tinubu to materialize for this country. So, when the period of NSAS passed by and Bola Ahmed Tinubu started his run for the aspiration of the presidency, a lot of people came again with another propaganda. He's too old for the nation. He's not fit on earth ground. But the question is, the great man Bola Ahmed Tinubu have been able to prove them wrong. After the primary election, before and after, he went around different states to visit various leaders, various monarchy leaders, rulers of every community in different states. And after the primary election, that made him become the candidate of the party, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did what they call a reconciliation exercise by moving around the homes and offices of the fellow aspirants in the spirit of reconciliation and the spirit of moving this nation forward. But the question is, can somebody that is not healthy engage in such exercise? They fail to answer this question when we ask them. I want us to understand one thing. Bola Ahmed Tinubu took Lagos State to the position it is today. The mega city, not in Nigeria, but in Africa. The largest capital city of Africa, the biggest commercial city in Africa. And today, the biggest markets in Africa. Every investor of the world wants to market in the place called Lagos. I want to tell you something that people say, they do say that, oh, Nigeria is the biggest market in Africa. But when they're saying this, they are referring to the city of Lagos. This is the biggest market in Nigeria that makes us stand as the biggest market in Africa. This is as a result of what they call the master plan of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Why don't the same man that drew the master plan of yesterday in Lagos, why don't we allow him to draw another master plan for us? Today, in the past, elderly people are ruling Lagos before the advent of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the military period. When he came to power, after he left the office, he drew the agenda for the youth. Then we started using a youthful governors in Lagos State. Today, I can tell you, Lagos has always been the state producing the youngest governor so far. So why don't we, the youth, stand by him? If we want our dream to materialize as becoming the leaders of our great nation, this is a man that can put us in the line of leadership. He's the man who is going to draw the master plan of Nigeria for us. That we, the youth of this country, is going to follow suit and ensure we are executing the master plan. Remember, if anybody tells you that it's too old for this nation, tell them, Agba Onton Lorile, which means there's nowhere you go, there should be an elder statesman that controls the nation. So finally, before I go, remember, in 1993, Bola Ahmed Tinubu fight for democracy, for what we call democracy today, was part of that. His experience is par excellent. He has a passion, and he has great numbers of followers. He has a great numbers of leaders he has trained and keep training. He has the strength and the capacity to push this nation forward. So for us, our youth, tell them, before the existence of a name which I'm not going to mention, we are all obedient in our various homes, but we are batified with obedience. We are not just being obedient, but we are also batified. So don't let anybody deceive you and tell you you're not obedient. Tell them we are batified obedient, but we are not ordinarily batified. So I invite all youths across Nigeria to join this journey. Join BATYON now, and let's put this nation forward by allowing Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023. Thank you so much. BATYON for the youth, BATYON for Asiwaju, Asiwaju for the youth.
Let's put your hands together for the DG of BATYON once again. All right, we're still here, and I know the MC wants us to take a particular video. Now, the concept of BATYON started a while ago, but we want to tell you a little bit about it on video, and you get to watch that, and something you can share on your social media handles. If you are on the coordinators platform, please, for all the coordinators here, share. We're streaming live on YouTube, we're streaming live on Facebook. You can share that to all of your friends wherever they are across Nigeria and in diaspora, and they will be a part of it. So all coordinators, please, the link is on our coordinators platform. Please do share amongst all of the members. Let them also begin to share. So for everyone here, as it's dropping in your WhatsApp group, what are we doing? Sharing. What are we doing? Please, let's go to the multimedia for the video. BATYON, Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network, A powerful campaigning community of young people drawn across Nigeria. By combining the great power of 1 million members, movement partners, and a central team of expert strategists, BATYON intends to do all it takes to get Asiwaju over 10 million youth votes in 2023. Our work is driven by our values and not party politics. A semi-independent organization, BATYON members come from every walk of life and share a common belief that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the best candidate for the 2023 elections. BATYON campaigns on all political issues that affect Nigeria. BATYON is about making change, not making noise. Everything we do is guarded by carefully crafted strategies designed to win. Sometimes that means we gather in rallies. Other times it means we partner with policy experts to develop new solutions. We exercise our franchise power. We campaign for candidates we believe in, and we mobilize support to get them voted in. This time, the candidate of our choice is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban of Bogo Kingdom. We believe he has the credentials to take Nigeria to the next level. Join us as we mobilize youths across the country. Join us as we mobilize Nigerians from diaspora. Join us as we mobilize Nigerians to come out in mass and vote Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for presidency in 2023. Join us. The time for the change you desire is now. Youths for Asiwaju, Asiwaju for youths. Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network.
Like Yorubas was saying, once a person dies, he becomes your senior in every way. Tayo Sonyolu was one of our speakers for today. He was meant to be a speaker here today. And Honorable Tayo Sonyolu, when we had that conversation and we invited him to speak for BATYON, he told me, definitely, I'll be there. About 2 days before he died, we still had a conversation. And I was about teasing him anyway and saying, Honorable, did you take permission from Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu? Does he know you are coming? Because if he knows you are coming, then he knows that you are coming in capacity as his SA. Because he was the senior, he was a special advisor to the governor as well. The interesting part was when we had that conversation, he said, of course I can't forget, I've done all of that. So when the news of his death broke last week, I felt like I was in dreamland. Like, I couldn't remember. I know you were one of the first set of people I called. I called him and I wanted to find out. He didn't pick his call. I wanted to find out, is it true? Is it true that Tayo actually died? Alas, I waited for Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to announce his death by himself. So I want us to observe a minute's silence for this young man who led APC Lagos Youths for a period, became special advisor or special assistant to the governor on tertiary education matters or tertiary institutions for a while. The journey may not be complete to us, but God knows best. So let's observe a minute's silence in his honor. May his soul rest in peace. His burial will be taking place next week in Lagos, very close to the Alausa Secretariat. BATYON members, we have to flood the place because Omotayo Sanyolu is not just a name. Everyone who has been a member of APC in Lagos, who is a young person, should remember and must remember the sacrifices that he made. Please have your seats. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please, from the technical, can we have a little bit of music, please? Okay, thank you anyway, TJ. So, we're about to move to one of the most important segments of this beautiful conference gathering. And on this note, I would like to introduce one of our guest speakers. I know I'm his son. I can't say brother now, I'm his son because he's my father in all ramifications. And I sincerely want to appreciate the fact that I'm meeting him in person. We've talked about, on radio, whenever we see news concerning them, we carry news about everybody, but it's always a privilege and a thing of joy when you get to see people you've been talking about them on radio and television. So ladies and gentlemen, it is time to have the first speech, of course, from our guest speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, because he traveled all the way from the northeast, to here in the southwest, in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. With a standing ovation, apologies, ladies and gentlemen, please. With a standing ovation from every audience, please, I want you to put your hands together as I invite to this pulpit the honorable guest speaker of this beautiful reception. Ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not too busy, please put your hands together for Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, the Senior Special Assistant to the Executive Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Professor Babagana Zulu. Ladies and gentlemen, please appreciate him more. You can do better. Thank you very much. God bless you. You're welcome, sir.
Are we bogaing today? Please measure the height. I'm intentional here. Measure the height, eh? Am I short? The first time I had an interview with this man, please have your seat. The first time I had an interview with him, I was shocked. I thought all the heel in the world would take me up, but I don't think the heel would make any difference. Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, JP, born 26 October 1974, and Yoruba man from Delta State, born, buttered, bred, and garried in Maiduguri. Still lives in Maiduguri. His quest for education saw him acquiring a national diploma in electrical and electronics engineering, Ramat Polytechnic, Maiduguri, higher national diploma, HND, in electrical engineering, Kaduna Polytechnic, BSc in peace studies and conflict resolution, and MSc in international relations from the University of Maiduguri. Is he from Maiduguri? Is he an Yoruba man? Is what? Born, bred, buttered, garage in Maiduguri, schooled all his life in Maiduguri. Really? Exactly. He's an author of 2 novels and also had many publications to his credit in both local and international journals. A member of the Institute for Peace and Conflict Resolution, Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. He has also bagged several awards from many clubs and associations. Christopher Godwin Akaba has served as the Senior Special Assistant on Special Duties to Alhaji Kashim Shatima between 2011 and 2019. He is currently the Senior Special Assistant on Job Creation and Youth Empowerment to the Governor of Borno State Professor Babagana Zulum, the most effective grassroots governor in Nigeria. He is also currently the desk officer of NYSC Matters in the Office of the Executive Governor of Borno State, an additional responsibility given to him by Governor Zulum to ensure that the welfare of core members posted to Borno State are adequately taken care of. His favorite quote, "If you meet anyone in the morning without a smile on his face, give him yours." Akaba is happily married with 5 daughters. Please put your hands together. And because I know that the PA of Alhaji Shetima will soon be leaving, I quickly want to recognize this dearest Alhaji Ahmed Ishak Ningi, father of 2, who is an alumnus of numerous universities and institutes, Ahmadu Bello University, University of Maiduguri, the Roman Institute of International Studies, Bayes University, among others, where he backed various certificates, diplomas, and degrees. He's a member of the Association of Counter-Terrorism and Security Professionals, fellow of the Institute of Disaster Management and Safety Science, a fellow of the Institute of Climate Change Professionals, a fellow of the Institute of Strategic Entrepreneurs of Nigeria. Ahmed Ningi also has a honorary doctorate degree on safety and security management by the Protestant University of West Africa, Port Novo. With vast experience in the private and most public sector, Ahmed Ningi occupied various positions, from student unionism to being the senior special assistant on ICT and new media to the governor of Borno State, and presently the personal assistant to the senator representing Borno Central and the incoming vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as we pray in 2023, Alhaji Kashim Shetima. Please put your hands together for Alhaji Ahmed Ishak Ningi. Honorable sir, are you ready for us? You're ready for us? Please go ahead. I think your mic is there.
A very good afternoon to the DG, BATYON, and all other invited guests. Let me please stand on the already established protocol. I overheard someone saying that I'm a Maiduguri man. All the same, some people call me an Hausa Urobo man. Of course, that's the diversity that we have been talking about as a people and as a nation. I would like to please crave your indulgence to please pardon my accent. Please pardon my accent. I speak like an Hausa man. Yes, over 4 decades in the north as an Urobo man. You understand? Let me start by quoting from one of the famous authors of our time, John Quincy Adams. If your action inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. And that is what the Asiwaju Tinubu's Shetima's ticket represents. For natural justice sake, it is morally justifiable on me to give praise to whom it is due. I want to most sincerely commend and congratulate the Bola Youth Orientation Network, BATYON, on its 4th historic inaugural conference. I also want to thank the organizers for allowing me to be the keynote speaker at this important event to discuss the theme, Nigeria's democracy identity, and power, building a youth-centric future. Long time ago, a wise man who goes by the name Nelson Mandela once quoted, "Youths of today are the leaders of tomorrow." Without any doubt, the youths are the hope of our future. They are the building blocks of any country. Hence, their role in nation building cannot be overemphasized. It is only the intelligence, talent, and hard work of the youth that will catapult the country on the trajectory of success. Our energy and enthusiasm are capable of bringing the social reform that we seek in our society today. Any nation that looks down on its youth is bound to fail. Furthermore, the nation requires youth participation to achieve its developmental goals. We see how the development of any country requires active participation from the youth. Therefore, the role of the youth is a sine qua non for the success and growth of a nation. It does not matter which field we want to progress in, whether it is a technical field or sport field or politics. Youth is needed on all fronts. We must therefore sensitize all the youths on the awareness of this power that we have and the role it has to play in our collective efforts in nation building. When Ms. Tomisin Ojo first intimated me about being the keynote speaker at this inaugural conference of BATYON, I unhesitantly accepted the offer. This is because of my unadulterated conviction that an Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's presidency, with that of my political mentor, Senator Kashim Shettima, as his running mate, will usher in the desired political climate that the country needs for its rapid socio-economic growth and development. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Senator Kashim Shettima have what it takes to move Nigeria to the promised land. I will be dwelling on that later, but before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, let me briefly tell my story to this beautiful gathering about how my political mentor Kashim Shettima, a Borno Kanuri Muslim, discovered and made me an Urobo Christian from Delta State in South Nigeria. My journey to political greatness started in Borno State in 2011 during the electioneering campaign period. At that time, I was self-employed, a businessman managing my business enterprise. I had a laptop and a few desktops. Wait a minute. It wasn't that Yahoo stuff. I had a laptop and my desktops, few desktops that I used for my daily business in a rented shop and in a strategic business location that was eventually surrounded by Boko Haram members. At some point during the 2009 Boko Haram insurrection in Maiduguri, the state capital, my entire office area became a war zone and a no-go area. My billboard was pulled down by the rampaging Boko Haram members because it carried a human logo that they didn't like. My brand name at that time was Mr. Computer. People call me Mr. Computer. I'm a master of my art. I had this very large billboard with computer, the design of a computer with two large eyes, large nose, and a long tie that depicted me as Mr. Computer. If you go to Maiduguri today, ask of Mr. Computer, and the first thing that will come to your mind is me. So when they saw this billboard, it did not conform to their ideology. So they came up and pulled down. By then, all of us have scampered for safety. At that time, as a businessman, I was also fully engaged in the local politics of my town union. I was the president of the youth wing of Urobo Progressive Union, UPU, Borno State chapter. So combining business with town union politics was an exhilarating experience for me. Due to the nature of my business brand name, I just told you Mr. Computer, which became a household name, and the perfection with which I execute my job to my clients, politicians from all political parties do flock into my office to have their jobs perfectly done. I was a guru in my trade, and that exposed me to different politicians and their political ideologies. When therefore Kashim Shettima became the Borno governorship candidate of the defunct All Nigeria People's Party, ANPP, in 2011, I came across his manifestos, and I told myself outright that yes, this is the man that better understands Borno and Nigeria. A man Borno needs at its critical moment. Talking about Borno's critical moment, at that time, Borno State was undergoing its worst security challenges occasioned by the wanton destructions of lives and property of citizenry by Boko Haram members. Boko Haram members were having a field day, intimidating, maiming, and killing innocent citizens in broad daylight within Maiduguri city. The political class was also not spared, as some notable politicians were assassinated, while big-time politicians and small-time politicians like myself also went underground for fear of the unknown. Borno was almost becoming an Afghanistan. Borno therefore needed a messiah, a visionary, purposeful, and talented leader that has a clear idea on how best to navigate the state out of its security conundrum. Of all the contestants that presented themselves to the public in the 2011 governorship election in Borno State, Kashim Shettima uniquely stood out. The phrase for Shettima's campaign slogan represents challenge, possibility, ability, and opportunity in social, political, and linguistic domains. Shettima was 45 years old when he became governor, the youngest among the governors at that time. Reading through his manifestos at my business center, reading through his vision statement, it was at that time that I was convinced Kashim Shettima was the God-sent leader to help Borno State out of her current security challenges at that time. I was also convinced that Shettima had a youth-centric disposition, as I got to learn from friends that as a manager with Zenith Bank PLC, he had inspired quite a handful of young people that he has come across and had equipped them to work for a better world and life. If you graduated with a first class, Kashim Shettima will grab you immediately and give you a job. Thanks also to the internet, which greatly assisted Kashim Shettima in reaching across to the youth and discovering a pool of talents among them. Before he emerged as Borno governor, the social networking site Facebook was gradually being known among the Borno populace. That was around 2011. For a few of us that were conversant with Facebook tool at that time, it therefore became handy for some of us to use social media, the Facebook, to sell the candidacy and political manifesto of Kashim Shettima to the Borno public and beyond. Like many other youths, my activity on social media caught the attention of Kashim Shettima. Unknown to me and many others, Kashim Shettima was following us on Facebook, reading our comments and suggestions on how to make Borno great. He was also taking notes of all positive contributions as well as positive criticisms. And so, when Kashim Shettima eventually won the election and was sworn in, I got a phone call from someone whom together we have worked tirelessly on social media to promote Kashim Shettima. He told me to provide my personal details. He asked if I've been using a pseudonym on Facebook, and I said no, that my name still remains Christopher Godwin Akaba. For my Urobo people here, I learned there are some delegations from Delta State. My Urobo name is Ogenenyero. Ogenenyero means God has answered your prayers. Then he said to me that Governor Kashim Shettima asked him to confirm my true personal identity. This is because at that time there were so many people on Facebook attacking and insulting Kashim Shettima and us using fake accounts. While our social media campaigns were focused on issues-based debates, our opponents were engaging in a campaign of calumny and propaganda. Their biggest weapons was to hurl all forms of verbal assaults, missiles at us. A few days after our conversation, I heard my name on the television, appointed as Special Assistant to Governor Kashim Shettima. When I collected my appointment later, a few days later, I noticed I was posted to work directly under the office of Governor Kashim Shettima. He also granted me express permission to walk into his office anytime I wanted to see him. In appointing and giving me all this privilege, Kashim Shettima looked beyond my religion and identity as an Urobo man and a non-indigen. Instead, he believed that I possessed the competence and capacity to positively contribute my quota to the state. In fact, Kashim Shettima had on many occasions frowned at the use of the word non-indigens in reference to us. According to him, he doesn't see us as non-indigens, but sons and daughters of Borno State. Apart from me, Kashim Shettima had also appointed an Igbo Christian from Anambra State as his special advisor on community relations, and 3 other southern non-indigens as special assistants, a Yoruba man from Kwara State, an Igala man from Kogi, as well as an Edo man. His media advisor, Issa Gusau, is also from Zamfara State, while his SSA on new media and his current PA, Ishak Ningi from Bauchi State, and also a Fulani man from Gombe State, were also in his cabinet. Ladies and gentlemen, when Kashim Shettima was leaving as governor after his 8-year tumultuous tenure in Borno State, the current governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, again found me worthy and reappointed me as a senior special assistant on jobs creation and youth empowerment. This is my brief story. My story as an Urobo man, a Christian granted an opportunity by Senator Kashim Shettima in 2011, connects with the theme of this conference. It reminds us that whereas our identity can be a factor in race to political opportunities in democracy, identity is less important to people like Senator Kashim Shettima, who, as we all know, shares this kind of ideology with his boss, and by God's grace, the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Here in Lagos, Asiwaju from 1999 to 2007, in forming his cabinet, assembled good brains from diverse ethnic groups and religious identities. Of course, there are those trying to ignore Asiwaju's political antecedents, but his can only be told differently. However, the facts of every history remains what they are. Of course, there is no denying the fact that at the moment there is a growing and widespread disillusionment with democracy in Nigeria. This is a matter of the most urgent and absolute concern. Hence, the only way this can be addressed is if our politicians perceive democracy as a system that solves citizens' problems, specifically jobs creation and youth empowerment. This requires tackling the governance shortcoming that prevents citizens from directly participating in the democratic process. Some of these shortcomings are entrenched youth unemployment, which is attributed to our current security challenges nationwide, feeble representative institutions, and the hyper-centralization of power. There is a growing political malaise throughout the country in which citizens, precisely the youths, are both frustrated and angry with the political elites, as well as skeptical that the next election will usher in the same breed of political leadership. Unemployment is one of the most serious problems confronting Nigeria today, like many other countries in the world. It poses a threat to our current democracy. Solution measures are constantly being taken to address rising youth unemployment, yet the problem persists. Consequently, youth unemployment in Nigeria is a time bomb waiting to explode if effective interventions are not put in place to mitigate the unsavory impact of this hydra-headed monster called unemployment. My paper therefore establishes a link between building a youth-centric future and youth unemployment if adequate attention is focused on the creation of the enabling socio-economic and political environment that can galvanize a culture where the youth think of job creation away from the mindset of job seekers. This paper proposes a vigorous reorientation to embrace a tested culture of honesty, creativity, hard work, as well as the nobility of character, and for the youth to have a sense of belonging towards nation building. As we are yearning for more, we need someone that can bring out that zeal through good policies to move the nation forward. Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima have proven over time and have been reputed to be talent hounds in all critical sectors of the economy, as well as youth development and empowerment, based on their antecedents, as they are always driven by youth yearnings and aspirations. As a senior special assistant to Kashim Shettima and the current governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, I can authoritatively attest among millions of Nigerians who are living testimonies of the Tinubu and Shettima's passionate drive towards youth development. What the Nigerian youths can expect from Tinubu-Shettima presidency based on their track records. Elections in Nigeria are held after every 4 years, but unfortunately, one issue Nigeria has had to contend with leading to every election is the lack of issue-based campaigns or debates. I had earlier spoken about my personal experience when we started a campaign for Kashim Shettima on social media in 2011. While our campaign on social media focused on issues-based debates, our opponents were engaging in a campaign of calumny and propaganda to demarcate our candidate before the public. It is already 7 months left to the 2023 general election, and all that has been debated by our youth on social media, Twitter, and now Meta is zoning, religion, propaganda, and manipulated videos to discredit the opponents. This is an unfortunate scenario that sets a bad precedent for our nation and democracy. According to Dakbo Thomas, 2022, he said, in an era where Twitter has become the main source of news, studies show that false news stories are 70% more likely to to be retweeted than true stories. And it also takes true stories about 6 times as long to reach 1,500 people as it does for false stories to reach the same number of people. The desire for facts and research is somewhat absent on social media. My fellow BATYON, let's shine our eyes as we move towards 2023. In the person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, I can very much affirm that Nigeria boasts of world-class capacity builders committed to helping young people fulfill their potentials in no distant time. For these vital services to impact the majority of people, the Nigerian youth must organize themselves and rally behind those technocrats who over time have proven the capacity to equip job seekers with the right skills needed to land their dreams job. In this connection, Bola Tinubu's dynamism, sagacity, and progressive leadership style as governor of Lagos State, as well as his positive counseling to various governments in the years after, have proven as potent drivers of economic growth and prosperity. There is no denying the fact that one of the economic challenges that Nigeria has had to contend with, or Nigeria will be contending with as soon as the Tinubu-Shettima presidency constitution in 2023, God's willing, is creating jobs fast and large enough to match our exploding population growth. Oftentimes, the multiplication of jobs in the economy is overshadowed by the fact that new entrants into the economy overwhelms the development. There's also the problem of power generation, petrol subsidy, and incessant strike action by university lecturers and so on. Strike action in Nigeria did not start today. Let us tell those people using this strike action as a weapon against us that strike action did not start in Nigeria today. One of the presidential aspirants just 3 days ago tweeted about the current strike action embarked upon by ASU. But he tweeted on Twitter, but immediately Nigerians started attacking him that when he was governor in his state, there was 6-month strike by lecturers in the state. I don't want to mention him. He immediately pulled down that tweet. This happened 2 days ago. So if they tell you that strike, although it's unfortunate, but it did not start today. This is where the Bola Tinubu master plan is needed, particularly to build on the foundation laid by his administration while as governor of Lagos State. We will not easily forget that as the governor of Lagos, especially at the time the state had to cope with a large influx of Nigerians, young Nigerians from all the length and breadth of the country, Tinubu opened up the Lagos economy, pursued and implemented creative coalitions, and recalibrated government to focus on creating the enabling and conducive environment for private capital attraction and growth. His perspicacity, foresight, and dynamic leadership set Lagos on a path that firmly established its position as a leading economic state in the country and Africa. While as governor of Lagos, Bola Tinubu's robust economic policies led to the growth of the state's internally generated revenue, IGR, from 600 million to 5.5 billion generated monthly at the end of his tenure. This happened with the aid of the sound economic team that he had put in place. In 2017, Lagos output was put at 136 billion US dollars, according to official statements, and more than a third of Nigeria's gross domestic product. On electricity generation, as Lagos Governor, Bola Tinubu sponsored the first independent power project, IPP, for the state. The project inception generated 90 megawatts, which improved the electricity supply in Lagos. The project was the first time a state government created electricity. No doubt, the Tinubu presidency can replicate the Lagos wonder to tackle Nigeria's current power crisis. On fuel subsidy, over the years, the removal of fuel subsidy has been on the front burner of national discourse in Nigeria. The continuous payment of subsidies on petrol has continued to affect the revenues of Nigeria and recently put the country into debt as our fuel imports now supersede our crude exports. Different administrations have attempted to remove subsidies, but the social contract and political implications to see it through have proven a serious bottleneck. Tinubu, a former Mobil Oil executive, has over time or over the years shown the political will to unease Lagosians if the trade-off will lead to the long-term prosperity of the state. But his track record points to him being a part of Occupy Nigeria, a movement that warned the past federal government against subsidy removal, owing to the dangers it continues to do to the Nigerian people. On education, Tinubu, as governor of Lagos State, in line with Chief Obafemi Awolowo's vision for free primary education, activated the provision of free qualitative education in all public primary and secondary schools, irrespective of whether they are Igbos, Niger Deltans, Yorubas, or Hausas, including the payment of WAEC and NECO fees, as well as all internal examination fees to ensure that children do not drop out of school. He returned the Christian missionary schools to their original owners. He also oversaw the upgrading of schools in the state and some into model colleges. He will later become the first governor to fully initiate and execute payment of bursary scholarship allowances to all tertiary institutions students in Lagos State. On the current strike action embarked upon by ASU, strikes from university lecturers have become a scourge in the Nigerian educational system. There have been 16 strike actions since the return to democracy rule in 1999, and according to reports, ASU has spent 1 day out of 4 days on strike in the last 6 years. ASU has spoken out about the lack of investment in tertiary institutions and several other issues bothering welfare and financing. In 2006, as governor, Bola Tinubu injected 1 billion naira into the Lagos State University. And despite being out of office, he has made several contributions to the Lagos State University. One of his lasting legacy is the establishment of the Lagos State University College of Medicine, LASUCOM, in 1999. He also oversaw the full accreditation of the course in 2005 by the NUC, and LASUCOM remains one of the best colleges of medicine in Nigeria. Amongst Tinubu's achievements while also as governor of Lagos State is the reform he brought to the civil service, a reduction of endemic corruption in the public sector through the elimination of direct cash payments to government, as well as the implementation of corruption reduction strategies, notably with the introduction of a payroll system that removes thousands of ghost workers from the system. Tinubu was the first to attempt such feat in the country, and to date, many state governments in the Federation have adopted the Tinubu payroll model to weed out ghost workers from the system. That is not all. Tinubu also improved incentives for civil servants, including salary increases and improving quality and hygiene working environment for Lagosians. He also brought back expatriates to improve the transportation and health system in Lagos. During his tenure as governor of Lagos State, Tinubu increased the budgetary allocation to the health sector from 1.6 billion in 1999 to 11.8 billion in 2006. This represents over 1,000 increase in 7 years. He established a free malaria healthcare scheme which saw children aged 12 years and below and adults aged 7 years and above get free malaria treatment. This also includes the free antenatal program rolled out by Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his tenure. Tinubu had also initiated programs geared towards women empowerment to enable women to cope with the harsh economic realities and make them become better individuals beyond housewives in their different families. More importantly, women were reorientated towards self-employment. Given the foregoing, when Tinubu's track records of experience meets innovation from young minds, more so that he has chosen to work with an intelligent, Kashim Shettima is intelligent, very intelligent. He has chosen to work with an intelligent and highly talented running mate, Kashim Shettima. Nigeria will be the better for it. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu knows how to drive security and the economy with young minds. Nigerian youths definitely will not regret supporting him come 2023. As a world-class human capacity builder, Tinubu has also built men and women all over the country that it will be too numerous to mention. Informed by Tinubu's drive for empowerment, our country is at a phase where such economic transformation is required. And this is why we are fully convinced that Bola Tinubu is best suited to lead Nigeria in 2023. With what Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done for Lagos, he can move Nigeria to become the first largest economy in the world. If it can happen in Lagos, it can happen in Nigeria. On the other hand, enumerating the laudable achievements of Senator Kashim Shettima in the areas of education, agriculture, health, youth development over the years, as well as poverty alleviation and youth empowerment program embarked upon by Kashim Shettima is unprecedented. As governor of Borno State, which was ravaged by Boko Haram, which earned him the name wartime governor throughout his 8 years, Kashim Shettima did not allow the distractions from Boko Haram bombings and killings to stop him from achieving his developmental plans for the people of Borno State. In the words of Malala Yousafzai, a Pakistani teenage girl shot in the head while she was riding the bus to school in October 2012. With guns, you can kill terrorists. With education, you can kill terrorism. Consequently, with over 53,000 orphans, 53,000 orphans left behind by parents who were killed by Boko Haram, Kashim Shettima believed that if he did not educate these children, in a few years' time, they will grow up to become the Frankenstein monsters that will consume the entire state. Kashim Shettima therefore embarked on one of the most ambitious educational projects in the history of Borno State to cater for these out-of-school orphans. He built 44 world-class mega primary and secondary schools spread across the 3 senatorial zones. The mega schools were designed with state-of-the-art facilities, such as e-learning devices built with Cayenne technology that is customized with local curriculum, air conditioner systems, solar power panels, and other modern educational accessories. Daily meals, uniforms, and instructional materials were provided free to the pupils in the school to create an enabling teaching and learning environment. Over 2,000 teachers were recruited to teach in these schools. The schools were to systematically break the heart of Boko Haram, whose original motive of killing parents and abducting some of the orphans was to deprive them of education so they grow into their ideology. Kashim Shettima believed that the surest way to fight Boko Haram is to continually provide qualitative education to more and more children. These mega school projects are currently being sustained by the current governor, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, who has equally built an additional 13 mega schools. While as governor, Kashim Shettima has also built 24 air-conditioned mega schools for 960 children of the Bororo nomadic Fulanis, whose parents work as gatemen or headers so that they can have access to quality education in order not to follow the steps of their parents. Therefore, if we must address banditry in Nigeria in the long run, the Shettima model of educating children of headers and Bororo Fulanis is a panacea to ending criminality associated with banditry in Nigeria. On agriculture, Shettima, a banker and agroeconomist by training, a man with deep knowledge not only of the Nigerian economy, but also that of the world, as far back as 2012, Shettima had predicted the likelihood of a fall in revenue from oil and the value of naira to the dollar. Hence, he imported agricultural produce valued at 30 billion naira, which today are worth far more than 100 billion naira. They include seedlings processing plants, sprinkler irrigation system, 500 rice mills, 1,000 tractors, harvesters, etc., etc. You will never find this huge number of agricultural implements in any state of the Federation today. Shettima had also sponsored youths to Thailand, Egypt, Benin Republic, and other places to learn mechanized agricultural technology. On security, as governor of Borno State, Shettima efficiently managed challenges arising from the Boko Haram insurgency, which he inherited in 2011. With the approval of the National Security Advisor and the Nigerian Army in 2013, his government formalized the establishment of youth volunteers called the Civilian JTF. The volunteers have played very significant role in supporting the military in ongoing fights against Boko Haram insurgents. He approved kits and patrol vehicles for the Civilian JTF, while at the same time giving so much support to the Nigerian Armed Forces. Shettima he personally led in the mobilization of community-based intelligence gathering and the provision of hundreds of patrol vehicles and material logistics to the military in particular and to all other security agencies. In September 2014, Maiduguri, the seat of government, became vulnerable of being occupied and taken over by Boko Haram. The fear at that time was so intense that notable residents relocated with their families, dogs, and pets to Abuja. However, amidst such fright, Governor Kashim Shettima, who was out of the country for an official assignment, returned to Maiduguri in a show of courage and patriotism. He said he would rather die with his people On his return, the governor mobilized over 30,000 residents towards rising up in defense of their territory. Kashim Shettima thereafter inaugurated the Borno Youth Empowerment Scheme BOYES, where over 20,000 youths, youth vigilante members popularly called civilian JTF, who have been assisting the security operatives in hunting down Boko Haram members in the state, were gainfully employed and placed on monthly salary to enable them take care of their families. Since, as you know, most of the times, if there are threats to the city of Maiduguri, these youths, who are mostly small income artisans, will leave behind their jobs to go and defend the city. This community policing approach, which was first started by Kashim Shettima, if implemented at the broader national level, will greatly help in assisting security agencies in intelligence gathering and identifying bandits and terrorist hideouts with the view of nipping their activities in the bud. As incoming Vice President of Nigeria, God willing, Shettima will be an asset to his boss, Bola Tinubu, in evolving better strategies aimed at ending insecurity bedeviling this country. Kashim Shettima's leadership credentials have also attracted positive recognitions within and outside Nigeria. Shettima emerged the 2014 Governor of the Year Leadership Newspaper, Governor of the Year 2015 Nigeria Union of Journalists National Body, Governor of the Year 2015 Newswatch Times Newspaper, Governor of the Year 2015 Vanguard Newspaper, Governor of the Year 2016 Tel Magazine, 2017 Zik Prize for Leadership, Kaduna NUJ Award for Courage and Exceptional Leadership, 2017, FCT NUJ Merit Award for Exceptional Leadership, 2017. He has also built men and women from all the regions of the country. I'm one of them. And these men are doing well in their respective fields of human endeavor today. In conclusion, there is an urgent need for strengthening citizen youth-centered governance. Citizen-centered governance means that institutions and processes are open and transparent, informed by citizens' views, and addresses people's needs. A youth-centered governance roadmap focuses on creating the enabling environment for responsive, responsible, and accountable government. This includes supporting reforms that allow for greater democratic participation, decentralized public management, and the provision of citizen-friendly official information. Our approach to solving youth employment has not reaped many rewards because it doesn't consider this full, complex journey that young people face when transitioning from school to work. The rich civil society landscape, existing government interventions, and technological innovations are assets that, if better integrated and coordinated, could unlock job prospects for young people. Public employment programs have long been a key component of the government's strategy to tackle unemployment, and Tinubu's presidency remains the only option for actualizing it. At this junction, no single initiative can solve youth unemployment on its own. We must pinpoint the roadblocks in the path of so many of Nigerians' more than 20 million young people. Solving the youth unemployment crisis requires greater coordination and collaboration in pooling resources, knowledge, and experience to make the critical shift in the forthcoming presidential election. Tinubu Shettima's presidency is the answer. Thank you for listening, and God bless.
I think we can do better than that, please. Thank you very much. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I want to indulge us to please be on our seat while we quickly take the item 7, because of course we need to take something, feed on something. Why the goodwill messages, we are preparing the goodwill messages by a couple of people. However, about 4 of them will be given 3 minutes each. Please, with due respect and with total humility. Please, it has to be 3 minutes because of our people, and remember, we work with time. At a point like this in the country now, we all work with time. So please, 3 minutes each for the goodwill messages. But before then, please, can I have music from the technical? Mr. David, so why the ushers, please help us to distribute the token that these organizers has provided for us to put in Atomy. Meanwhile, the PA to the incoming Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is on his way out. We'll pray for Johnny Mercy for you, sirs. To our guest speaker, we'll pray for Johnny Mercy for you. Okay, he's still around. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. That's PA to Alaji Shatima, the incoming Vice President. Please, let's appreciate him. Thank you for coming. We hope to see you soon. And at the end, we hope to rejoice together. Can we have the music now while we distribute our chicken and fried rice?
Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation
to me is 3 minutes each. While it's getting prepared, I'd like to prepare the mind of Mr. Akin Fatunke, my father, my mentor, a well-reputable and respected Nigerian. I'd like to please prepare the mind of Barrister Olayinka Oladaniels, somebody who you would always trust his words. And at the same time, I'd like to prepare the mind of Princess Dolapo Oluokun, a woman you will love to hear her voice. When they talk greatness, they speak greatness. And that is why the assignment has been delegated to them, apologies, to have the goodwill messages. Please, technical, can we have that music? We'll just do a little bit of music while we have a few minutes for refreshment. We have the goodwill messages. Then after the goodwill messages, we'll present the Asiwaju's profile. Once again, we want to appreciate the speech, a beautiful one, from Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, the Senior Special Assistant to His Excellency Governor and Professor Baba Gana Zulu of Borno State. And after that, we'll be having the presentation of BATYON agenda. We'll continue in the process to have the unveiling of our logo and website. Some of our people are flying, not be with you, the one entire aeroplane. They're flying because they're returning back to their various states. I must say it's a privilege to meet each and every one of us. So ladies and gentlemen, while we are having a refreshment, I'd like to welcome on this pulpit Mr. Dari Dairo, the GM of Lasoda. Please, sir, for the goodwill message, Mr. Dari Dairo. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to stand on the existing protocol. Don't worry, I may be sitting down. I'm actually standing. Or maybe I should just say, let me sit on existing protocol. Sir, please, that was a detailed, scholarly presentation, sir. And thank you very much for that presentation, sir. We really appreciate the depth of research, thought, and work that went into this. I'm going to keep this in my library, and it's also a manifest that in APC, you know, we value brain, and we hunt them wherever they are and provide, irrespective of religion or any other circumstance, and make the best use of them. Sir, thank you very much. Let me just add a little thing to that, please, sir, if you would allow me. It was right from the time of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Lagos State is the first to sign the Special People's Law, that's the Disability Bill, into law, ahead of every other state in Nigeria. 10 years before even the federal government. And even as at that time that the law was signed, even before that law was signed, Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his regime had a legal framework for the rights of persons with disability that he was working with. It wasn't a full-blown law then. And it was during his regime that 37 schools were earmarked as inclusive schools for persons with disability, which was a novel idea in Nigeria as at the time. And that is why I'm not surprised that today we have a teeming population of persons with disability in APC. I would like to recognize the presence of my people here, Onifade Lukman and the rest. Thank you very much for remaining steadfast behind Asiwaju. And you see, it is also not a mistake that today APC is the only party in Nigeria that has issue and rights of persons with disability ingrained in their constitution, and people with disability are represented at every level of every hierarchy of the party up to the National Working Committee. I'm sure you can corroborate that, sir. So please, let me just quickly touch 3 areas as we move into 2023, speaking to the theme of today, identity, power and identity, and the place of the youth. One of the area of controversy right now is the fact that the party is presenting a Muslim party, now taking the focus away from the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If we were to look at that as it shouldn't even be a controversy after all, because either you're a Christian or you're a Muslim. Let's look at the leadership qualities in Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And I can also say categorically, for having listened to this, Shetima is a vice presidential candidate. The first assignment Christ undertook was to fish men. He raised disciples. The Prophet Muhammad I'm a Muslim, did the same. He built companions. So let's look at all the people today. I'm sure I need not go into the details of all of them. I'm happy that one of the candidates, the loudest perhaps of them all, had also done an 8-year tenure in government. During his tenure, who was his Attorney General? Let us see that person. During his tenure, who was his Chief of Staff? Where is that person today? During his tenure, who was his Minister of Works? Let us see that person today. As a leader, your work is not to have all the solution, but to raise men who can, even the Bible say in the book of Habakkuk, write the vision, write it down, make it bold, make it clear, so that all who see it can run with it. And that is what Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done. He has built men who today are living the vision of what Nigeria can be. Lagos State has been transformed under him. And like my speaker said, if it can happen in Lagos, it can also happen for Nigeria. And please, ladies and gentlemen, religion should not be an issue. Let us be realistic with ourselves. Outside of religion, which is not an issue, outside of the fact that of his age, if age were an issue, his hand is shaking. America, at the greatest period of their history, fought a world war when the president then was on wheelchair. So what's the big deal about this age that we are saying? But please, what does Nigeria really need? At this point, Nigeria is highly divided across ethnic, across age, and across religion, and all what's not you can think of. We need someone who can negotiate a win-win for everybody. We need someone who can build influence. We'll need someone who can build consensus. Let us look at how all of them emerge. One thing Baba was always saying, let us do the primaries. That is a true Democrat who is confident in his numbers, who is confident in his people. Let us go to the poll. Let us do the primaries. We saw how he emerged. The other party too, maybe, but the other one that is the loudest, was there any primary? No. He bought the party. And this is the same person that is saying, no shishi. Let's not be deceived. And look at all of the three of them. He is the one that will be giving you all the statistics. I know this, I know this, I know this. But not Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Because he is a man who believes in the power of people. He is a man who empowers people, who empowers the youth truly. Because let's look back. When he was in governor, Fashola wasn't the oldest officer. If it's by age, Fashola was in his youth then. Even our deputy vice president now, he empowered the youth. He's a deep tribalized Nigerian. So ladies and gentlemen, I want us not to have any fear in our mind that we have something sellable here in Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But let us not be like them. Let us not be like them. We are not hooligans. We engage them by intellect because we have the evidence. They have facts or figures which can be manipulated and produced. We have found that many of the facts and figures they are banditing are even false anyway. So let us engage our people. Let's mobilize everybody to get their PVC. Let us mobilize people to do the needful. Because ovation on social media will not do it. So let us do the work. Let's mobilize our people to get their PVC and make sure we contribute our part to take Nigeria to the next level. Enough is enough. This nation has been deceived for too long. Religion should not divide us. It is a non-issue. Tribalism should not divide us. It's a non-issue. It is our decision to stand by the truth, to stand by the man that can do it, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Shetima, come 2023. We must ring it loud and clear. This is time for Nigeria. Bóyá nǹkan tó ń bà wọ́n lẹ́rù nígbà tí bàbá sọ pé èmi ló kàn. Hello? Èmi ló kàn. Let's all say it. Let's say it again. So, Baba has written that vision loud, bold, and clear. Let all youths claim it. A vote for Baba is a vote for us. Our local. So, maybe because Baba said it, they felt it was about him. Let us all claim it, that it's not just about him. It is our voice that is at stake here. Emi local. And that's by Emi, I mean every one of us here. Let's personalize that vision because he has made it bold, clear enough. See the evidence of Lagos State. If we're going to go by the book of Habakkuk, write the vision, make it bold, make it clear. Let everyone who sees, so that everyone who sees it can run with it. So let's please, ladies and gentlemen, run with that vision. Emiloko. I don't know for you. Hello? No, please point to me. Emiloko. Kilo day now, like mini. Point to me. Emiloko. It's well with all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. That is Mr. Dari Dairo, the General Manager for Lasoda. God bless you, sir. Yes, I'd like to introduce another speaker for the goodwill message. Please, I'd like us to mind the time. It's a corporate center where they are particular about time and timing. So we have a limited time here. So please, it came from the organizers that it should be 3 minutes for our goodwill messages, please. On this note, I'd like to introduce and bring to the pulpit. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Aki Fatuke. Thank you very much, sir.
I hope I'll be able to do the 3 minutes, all protocols observed. Please, I share goodwill from my experience of working with Bola Ahmed Tinubu in his corporate life back in our days in Mobile. And because time is not our friend, I am going to dedicate this particular one to the people we call the physically challenged, and I give credence to my friends there. Bola Tinubu, at a time he never believed he was going to be in politics, loved the less privileged to the hilt. We had a lady, and she's still alive. She spent 30 years working in Mobile, and guess her job was that of a telephone operator, but she was physically sighted. Her name is Toyi Jinadu. She will, by just hearing your voice, mention your name and your surname. if expatriates came into the system, she called them by first name. Her intelligence was top-notch. Around about 20, 25 years of her working, ExxonMobil decided that, well, Toyi, you've got to go home. We are not going to continue to depend on your intellect. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu got up and said to ExxonMobil Corporation, how could we just drive this person away? I said, well, if ExxonMobil can come into buying a braille machine, as at that time, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was treasurer, I was working with him. Bola Ahmed Tinubu got up against all intents and purposes and got her a braille machine. She eventually worked till 30 years. My point, Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a way of spotting talents, and you are very, very right. The rollback malaria program was also something that happened on about the West African sub-region, and ExxonMobil was at the height of it. When he was governor, he rolled out these children under 5 and pregnant women. I was very much part of it, and it was a huge success. You want to hear the last that I'm permitted to say here? When it came to sports, will you believe that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, using the ExxonMobil track and field, not only supported that so grandly, the Chidi Imbus, just begin to win them because I don't have time. They all became superstars because this man stood ramrod and supported them. He had a shoulder to put people on, and please, since my 3 minutes is fast spent, I like to say, when it comes to talent hunt, irrespective of where you come from, Bola Tinubu has been not only at the forefront, has demonstrated it. His greatest talent, I'm very sure he will hear what I am saying. Bola Tinubu can listen to you for 4 or 5 minutes. Just go ahead and say what you need to say for 5 minutes. If Bola Tinubu is going to regurgitate what you have said, you will think it's a sincero. You begin to wonder, this kind of magnetic brain, fantastic. I will stop here. God bless you all. Now, it goes beyond. Some youths spoke with me on television yesterday, and they said, we are angry, we are angry, we are angry. I said, yes, I know. I am also angry. We need somebody to be a disruptor. Somebody that will come in, disrupt the system, recreate, and get Nigeria of our dreams to be. Please give them that chance. I'm talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Alhaji Shetima. They are proving, they are tested. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That was brief, direct, and of course captivating. So I want to say thank you for maintaining the time protocol. A quick one I'd like to call one of our board advisors. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a quick one as usual. Put your hands together for Princess Dolapo Oluokun. Thank you very much, ma. Please appreciate her. Put your hands together for her.
Good afternoon, my lovely, lovely youth. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a lover of youth. He's so passionate about women empowerment. He identifies skills, abilities, potentials of youth, and he loves to develop them. I just want to encourage you, please, you're on the right track. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. You are not going to be affected because you're already dynamite. Keep the flying colors going. So we love you all.
Thank you very much, ma. I love princess. Back. Yes. All right, now, a quick one. I'd like to invite to the pulpit the legal advisor of this beautiful gathering, the legal advisor of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu Youth Orientation Network. Ladies and gentlemen, to that person that has been helping us when it comes to legal advice, when it comes to law, when it comes to should we go this way or that way, put your hands together for Barrister Olayinka Ola Daniels.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. All protocol duly observed. Well, I'll be talking to my friends here. First, General Secretary, I don't know if you will liaise with the Speaker, sir. The Speaker, sir. Please, I need the attention of the Speaker, sir. Yes, I need his attention. Sir, Speaker, is there any way we can transpose that, yes, what you gave us today, is there any way that can be sent out? Is there any way all of us can have access to that? Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That's the problem. Please, General Secretary, you need to meet the Speaker. Another round of applause for him. The reason why I say that is precise, is detailed, well detailed. And for us, you're not going to go and fight anybody. No. Please, don't talk about other candidates. That is not your focus. Sell your candidate. Asiwaju and Alhaji Shetima are your candidates. Sell your candidate. How do you sell your candidate? Do your research. There's a lot of propaganda out there. I remember when some people came up and they said Alhaji Shetima happened to be a sponsor of Boko Haram and all that. Some of us came out and we asked them questions they couldn't answer. And we tutor them, we lecture them on Alhaji Shetima. And we told them the facts are there. Facts are not propaganda. Facts are not fabricated. Once it's fabricated, it's no longer fact. And that is why you go to court to prove that. So please, sell your candidate. Another one, don't get angry for nothing. And tell your friends out there, I am angry. I was 17 when I joined the group called Campaign for Democracy. In 1993-1994, I was on the streets of Lagos in Nigeria fighting. At that age, I was a teenager, I was leading protests. Why? Because I love my country. I'm a patriot. I've been doing this all the way as a teenager. So is it now that I don't want the best for my country? We have looked at all that we have on ground, and we have said the only way that can take us out from this mess is going this route. Now it is your duty as a batified, right? It is your duty. Please go all out there, talk to your people, convince them. When you have facts, look, some argument I don't get involved in. I put up my facts, and once the people that want to argue with you, once they see fact, there's nothing to talk about anymore. There's no, even by the time they leave that place, they may not agree with you at that point, but when they get to their own quiet place and they look at it, they assess it, you won't have, some of them will call you. I have experienced that severally. So please, this is the time to talk to the youth. Our youth are not good when it comes to fact finding. We don't do research, and that is why they give us all sorts of propagandas, particularly on social medias, and we just take them, and that is what we work on and we move on. Please do your research, know your candidate, because you cannot give what you do not have. It is when you know your candidate that you can sell it. If you don't know the worth of a product, you can't convince me to buy that product. So when you do that, I can assure you come 2023, we will all come together and beyond, because what I see is a foundation. You will all agree with me that is messy as we speak. How do we get out from this mess and turn it to a message? I want to see a new Nigeria after 80 years of Asiwaju and Shettima. I want to see a Nigeria where there will be a blueprint and there will be a structure in which all of us can start working and having a greater Nigeria. If you agree with me, just shout BATYFY. So you agree with me, from this moment, go all out there and let us take our Nigeria back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know why just when he was talking, I was imagining him in court of law, you know, telling the judge some things, how much he can get to convince the judge. My Lord, if I may, my Lord, may I? I like that profession a lot, but thank God say no be waiting I go study for script with that. Because normally I talk for a living. I imagine how much more I'll be talking now. So yeah, the last but not the least, he walked in not quite long. Please, still on the existing short minutes protocol, please. I'd like to bring to the pulpit Alhaji Razak Olukoba, the National Coordinator of Civil Society Groups for Democracy. A goodwill message, please. In less than 3 minutes, let's have his voice. Thank you very much, sir.
Soli, 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 solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight. Since many of us here are youth, of the greatest Nigerian youth, articulate Nigerian youth, ever conscious Nigerian youth, of the greatest Gaga, of the greatest Biggie, of the greatest Bobo. Carry me, they go. Jagaban, carry me, they go. Asoro, carry me, they go. Carry me, they go. Asoro, carry me, they go. Carry me, they go. Asoro. Amawa convert, yes, Yoruko Egbewa. Tawabile, Tawaba Ashiyelini. What's the name of our group here today? BATYON, carry me, they go. Carry me, they go. Asoro, carry me, they go. Carry me, they go. Asoro, carry me, they go. Carry me, they go. Asoro. That's one of our national anthem. When we get to Asoro, I am going to recognize your face. I'm going to recognize your face. I will see you in Asoro by the grace of God. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to see you in Asoro by the grace of God. I will see everybody on this article by the grace of God. Just like what all our people have said. The youth. There are a few things that we have to do about ourselves. We are supposed to be part of people who should be designing, analyzing, and taking decision for this country. Don't be taking decision from social media. I got into higher institution in 1989, and a few weeks later, I was rusticated for 2 years. I did not do any trouble because I took part in a protest against the military government that wanted to give us SHARP. Do you know SHARP? SHARP is Structural Adjustment Program. It's an economic policy. It is part of our problem today. Eventually, they went ahead and they did SHARP. And we won that time. Chief Olufalaye was the economic advisor and one of the ministers for Bangladesh at that time. And we won. Nobody, no, we didn't read anything on social media. We did our research. I am convinced that more than half of Nigerian youth, if you do our research very well, nobody will convince you to follow Asiwaju. Of course, we did struggle together. They lock him up, they lock us up together with Asiwaju. That's not the reason why I'm voting Asiwaju. I am voting because he has the capacity. When he took over as the governor of Lagos State, military just left. Lagos was a complete jungle that time. Lagos was in shambles. If you are in a traffic, your wife, or our mother at home, or your friend can cook beans inside that traffic. You cook beans, eat beans, they will give you toothpick. In fact, you even almost sleep there. We should remember the time Tinubu came in. In Nigeria today, there is no guarantee of prosperity. It is not a cause. Nigeria will not move forward under this political structure. We need to redesign the structure of Nigeria. In my own conviction, what he has done in Lagos, he remodeled the transport system in Lagos. You have flag bus. He brought in the last man. Today, if your economy is moving forward, your transportation is working. You anywhere in the world where you have a transport system that is working, the economy will move forward. Because when you spend 3 hours to office, spend hours back to office, that is production time. When you spend your production time inside traffic, you cannot prosper as a nation. And he worked on it. Look at what he did to security. He did neighborhood, environmental agency. He created them. We all know what is happening about our environment today. Google it and see. Ice are as big as Africa, as caving in the Scandinavian and European. And it's surging. That's what is causing flood. It's not because of the doing it. Ice as big as the size of Africa, as caving. So if you dip something inside the water in the bucket, the water will overflow. So ice as big as caving. So water is surging. It did something about the environment. I can't begin to mention what he has done. And for someone to rule Nigeria, you need that kind of understanding. If you don't understand from the perspective that 70% of Nigerian youth who are supposed to be working, half of them are not working. It is a fertile land for criminality. Youth will join criminal gangs. It is natural. Any country that suffers economic depression will suffer a corresponding moral depression. When there's no food in your stomach, you start thinking of what to do next. That's what is responsible. And why is your economy not growing? Our economy cannot grow because the states are not in control of the economy. It's simple arithmetic. So, Obasanjo, we approached him. Let us do something about structure. Jonathan, we approached him. Let's do something about restructure. When Buhari was coming to the office too, we tried to explain. Buhari is a nice person, though. If Buhari had been the kind of person that has ruled Nigeria in the military, and we have been in a bigger mess, I blame him for not restructuring Nigeria. That's the blame. If your car is not good, don't keep changing the driver. Repair your car. If you want to hand over your country to anybody, hand him over to someone that is going to repair your car. It's not about the driver. The president we are going to have in Nigeria today is someone that will not use our budget to fund 36 states in the Ministry of Education, University Commission, Poly Commission, House of Rep on Education. Where is the money to fund ASU? Someone who don't understand this perspective that the money that is meant for ASU is actually the budget you are spending to pay salaries of Parliament and Commissioner of Education, the same thing in agriculture. So, in my conviction, so that I will not take much of your time, let's understand each candidate from the perspective of who understand Nigerian problem, who can provide solution to Nigerian problem. Lagos is a mini Nigeria, and today Lagos is one of 3 most cosmopolitan cities in Africa. Johannesburg in Egypt, South Africa, Cairo in Egypt, Lagos in Nigeria. And can I give you an information for free of charge? Cairo is being grossly supported by the federal government of Egypt.
They give them support. Johannesburg. Lagos State government is not getting support from federal government too. And look at what they have turned into. From the money me and you are paying, they did BRT, they did roads, they have their own numerous challenges. And it's working. Since 2006, we are taking census in Begadier. You too, you can join me. We do that every half of every year. We do a census of vehicles and people that enter Lagos on daily basis. What we discover is that the Lagos population is increasing on daily basis. The number of people that comes in is far higher than the number of people that will come out. Experts have told us that before the turn of the century, Lagos will be 100 million. Before the turn of the century. We need someone who have the capacity to understand that Lagos is actually the economic base of Nigeria. If Lagos sneezes, the rest of state will be coughing. If Lagos is having stomach pain, the rest of Nigeria will be having ruptured and perforated appendix. So Lagos is actually the economy of Nigeria. So we need someone who understands all this. Our youth is forgiving that people may want to mislead us, but it is our role and responsibility to understand the nation you are living in. The nation you are living in is not what we read on social media. The nation you are living in is a nation where you need to understand why do we have successive presidents having challenge with our structure. Is it because they are bad? They are not bad guys. It's because your vehicles are bad. The structure, anywhere, there's nobody you bring from anywhere in the world that can run Nigeria with this political structure. It cannot work. So we need someone that will try to explain the need for restructuring to our brothers in the north. That restructuring will make our life prosper. The fear of restructuring is me and you that created from the north. Hey, let's restructure this northerner. I said no. If I'm a northerner, I will hate restructuring because the northerner. You need to explain to them that Queen of England had to restructure Britain. The Queen of England is one of the most important human beings in the world today. It requires no visa to travel to anywhere in the world. That makes that very important. Before that time, the Scottish don't like the Queen. Irish don't like the Queen. Welsh don't like the Queen because they operate similar structure with us. The English people took over the whole of Britain. They were until a time when the Scottish were recognized, the Irish were recognized, the Welsh were recognized. That was when they had peace. And English became the most prominent in Britain. Our brothers now have numerical strength. Nigeria have over 4% of the world resources. That is very huge. We don't have business with poverty. Most of field resources resides in the north. Our brothers in the north are supposed to be superpowers. Superpowers. We have lead here. We have what is used to construct intercontinental ballistic missiles. We need to make our brothers in the north know this. They have gold. They have some of these beautiful, beautiful things. If we don't restructure Nigeria, poor people like me and you will never have access to that resources. So we need to explain to them. And the only person that can explain some of this to our brothers in the north for them to understand the importance is someone who have a nature of Asiwaju, someone you will not be scared of, someone who don't have a nature of if I am there, I'm there. He has a wife who is a pastor. He has everybody around us. He made Lagos home for everybody. You need someone like this that the north can trust, the east can trust, our brothers from the south can trust. We need someone like that. So going forward today, if you are going to live here, you need to change our conviction. You need to change our orientation. You need to change our advocacy for Asiwaju. Now it's not because he's a Yoruba man like me. It's not because Asiwaju his wife is a Christian. It's not but because he has the capacity. You understand the peculiarity of Nigeria. On this note, I wish you good luck in your campaign for Asiwaju. Like I said again, from this organization, I hope and I wish we are going to have the Minister for Youth among us. This youth is going to produce senators. This group is going to produce governors. And one day, this group is going to produce the president. Carry me, they go. Carry me, they go. Asoro, carry me, they go. Carry me, they go. Asoro. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please appreciate him. He came with a very big energy. There is a saying that says forward ever I said forward ever. So if you are sitting at the back, come front. If you are sitting at the back, come to the front seat. Take over the front seat. We are about to unveil something. You should see it very well. Please come to the front. Fill the space in the front. Thank you very much. As you all know my word now, you should come to the front. Occupy, occupy, occupy. That is how we want to occupy Abuja. That is how we want to come to the front. Thank you very much. Thank you. Still standing on the existing protocol. Okay, on the next direction, the next order on this program is the presentation of Asiwaju's profile. And I want to be sure the technicals are ready for us. We are going to do this quickly. Yes. The Asiwaju's profile video presentation will be done in no time.
Asiwaju, a title befitting a true leader. In Yoruba land, only the one who has shown prowess and leadership over time is called by that title. It is earned, never bought or inherited. The road to earning it is a long, hard road to travel, and only the selected few have traveled it thus far. One of these selected few is our very own Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a man of great strength, resolve for peace, tranquility, and unity. He is one of the great survivors of the first fight for democracy in our great nation. He stood in the heat of the battle and held the first horn of the trumpet that blew democracy on us all. Asiwaju is not only a kingmaker, like popular opinion has to say. He is also a political blessing waiting to happen to the nation in its entirety. A lot of assumptions have traveled far and near about this great political icon. Negative political propaganda and clueless free talk, most of which are nothing reflective of who he is. The man Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a man whose heart is in the development of this nation towards unconventional novelty. He is well-read and experienced in both public and private sector, versed in economic discourse, not in a textbook kind of way, but having lived and practiced it. He is exemplary in finding and building fortune for public institutions. Lagos is a perfect example. Visionary in every way, Asiwaju took a rather prosperous but chaotic city like Lagos, added structure and order, engaged all aspects of the economy and society, and achieved a solid and thriving economy. As a governor, Asiwaju took the bull by the horn and launched Lagos into economic stability by means many didn't think were possible. After his tenure, he continued to offer advisory services, got involved in leadership building to make the state the economic nerve center of their country Nigeria, never to travel the road to despair again. Not even the opposition can deny the economic power Lagos holds in our dear nation, Nigeria. Thanks to the forward and futuristic leadership of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that has never faltered. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not only a great and successful politician, he is a man who believes in fostering unity in diversity, has implemented in the capacity as a serving governor. This, many times, his experience symbolizes greatness. If anyone is capable of leading Nigeria out of the trenches into greatness, it is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Vote Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2023 as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You won't regret that choice. Vote Asiwaju, vote Jagaban. Today is the day. Tomorrow is our time.
Please can we put our hands together on the notes. At this junction, I would like to bring up the National Secretary, the person of Adebukola Tominsin, because there is something special we're about to do now, and I'd like you to officiate this part.
Okay, thank you everyone. We're running to the end of the program, and of course we take closing statements from the two dignitaries still on top. But before we do that, it is important for us to have a means of representation. So everybody, do you have an Android phone? Does anybody here have an Android phone? Do you have an Android phone? Please go to your Google, put on your data, go to Google Chrome, go to your internet, basically open your search browser, whichever one you use, whether it's Google, it's Opera, whatever you use. Can you open it? Now type BATYON, BATYON. Just type BATYON. BATYON, BATYON. Can you see it? Do you have it? Okay, so when you check for BATYON, what do you see? What's the first search option? What's the first option? If you search for BATYON, the first thing that you will see, they will write button. But then you will confirm that you are searching for BATYON, not button. If you move down, can you see it? Now look at the screen. If you move down, you see our logo. Can you see that our logo? Can you show me that again? Can you see our logo there? Can you see our logo there? If you scroll a little bit, it will show you BATYON Inaugural Conference, Eventbrite. If you scroll a little bit down, it will show you the foresight.com.ng. Good. Now, simply type www.batyon.org.ng. www.batyon.org.ng. Do we have it? www.batyon.org.ng. Are we all checking? Multimedia, do we have it? BATYON.org.ng. Org is O-R-G. Fantastic. Can you wave it to me if you can see it? Can you wave it to me if you can see it? Can you wave it to me if you can see it? Yes. BATYON website is live. BATYON website is live. Please put your hands together for the amazing team behind BATYON. We want to specially appreciate our DG, who has been 70% bankrolling this movement, this network. It's been bankrolling it, and I can tell you when we say 2 people support, just take me and the treasurer as we're doing 30. He does 70. Please put your hands together for him. The BATYON website is live. What it means is you can now share BATYON website. If you scroll down the BATYON website, the camera can give me that again. If you scroll down the BATYON website, you would see quite a number of things. Does anybody still have it? Scroll down, and then you see a list of states. A list of states. Can we take that shot again? A list of states. Take a list of states. What it means is whatever state you belong to, you just click and it takes you directly to the WhatsApp page of that state, and you automatically become a member. So please begin to share the website, begin to share it amongst all your friends, and tell them BATYON is here. We are not leaving. We have come to stay. Thank you very much. I want to welcome the representative of the Ezendigbo of Alimosho, who also is the chairman, Ezendigbo, Council of Ezendigbo in Lagos State. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. A few words.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am Engineer Dr. Chuksonuebu. I am here representing His Royal Highness Ambassador Dr. Lawrence Nandi Eze, the Ezendigbo of Lagos State, of Alemosho, and also the chairman of the Supreme Council of Ndieze Ndigbo in Lagos State. We all are aware of why we are here. We are here to inaugurate the youth for His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaign for 2023 presidential election. And we are all youths. Everybody here has spoken almost the same thing. Nigeria, as we all see today, is on a crossroad, and many things have gone awry, many things have gone wrong. Insecurity everywhere, poverty, unemployment, the youth are idling away, and we need a pragmatic shift from the present narrative. And from all indications and indices made present here today, I think Bola Ahmed Tinubu has what it takes to navigate Nigeria from the present economic quagmire. Like as we were told by different speakers here, engaging in campaign of calumny will not give him the ticket. Rather, marketing our product, marketing him, telling people outside what he has to do when he becomes the president, telling people outside who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what he has done in Lagos, his capacities, and all that. But when we get into internet and Facebook fighting and all that, I'm telling you, we may be chasing a wild goose. But when we campaign, when we do a good work and market Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he has all it takes. He has the intellectual capacity. He is detribalized. I was the former chairman of Igbo Coalition in AC, not APC, AC, in Alemosho. The man that is sitting here, we are in the same ward E of Egbe Idimu, LCDA. I myself have been an old member and a supporter of AC from AC to ACN before it became APC. So we are moving and we'll keep on moving until the Eldorado we are praying for comes to reign in Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and organizer. Thank you, my speaker. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Ibo Kwenu! Don't sleep on bicycle, you go further. Ibo Kwenu! Kwezwenu! Ibo Kwezwenu! Oh yeah, they didn't go somebody representative here. Bosa! 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 Oh yeah, say one loud Jagaban! I said one loud Jagaban! Okay, let's come back to the spirit. Because before you know, we'll bring down the spirit. Because Alaji already gave us that spirit now. Because he came and of the greatest. Okay. Okay, before, there is an artist in our midst that sang a particular song for His Excellency, the incoming president. But before that, there's a representative seated on the podium here. The representative of Shi Babatunde Sunday Aboyada. The APC Vice Chairman, Lagos West Senatorial District, represented by Comrade Ewosho Oladunjoye. Sir, in a few minutes, I'd like you to have your goodwill message.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Well, we've heard a lot from our guest lecturer about our principal, the Jagaban of the whole world, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the incoming president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come to 2023. With his running mate, whom the speaker has also said a lot about, Senator Kashim Shettima. My name is Comrade Ewosho Oladunjoye, representing Shi Babatunde Sunday Aboyade, the Vice Chairman, Lagos West All Progressive Congress. It has a message for you. And the message is, how are we going to actualize our ambition? Because we have an ambition. Our ambition is to put Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban, in Aso Rock come 2023. But there are a way to go about it. We cannot do that without vote. We need to vote for him. In the recently concluded PVC registration by the INEC, we learned that 12 million new registrants were registered. 12 million across the nation. But we have 8 million registered by the people of age 18 to 35. That shows that the youth are already awakened. They have risen up to their own challenges. They wanted to contribute. They have a vision now, and they have a mission. But this mission and the vision must be seriously monitored, because it can damage their future, consciously or unconsciously, if they voted wrongly. So it is now our duty as a youth to go out there and tell our colleagues who to vote for and why. We need to orientate them, imbue them, change their mindset, because some of them on social media, they are clamoring for youth. And is obedient a youth? Somebody above 60, is he a youth? It's not a youth. but it is our duty. If we really want Asiwaju to be there 2023, we need to go out and convince our youth, because 8 million out of the 12 billions were from age of 18 to 35. So we will still have some reasonable number from 35 to 50. So this category of people are still youth. So we still have a lot of work to do to convince at least 6 million out of these 8 million to vote for Asiwaju. I congratulate the conveners of this program, and I pray that at the end of the whole exercise, come 2023, we will not lose any one of us. We shall be part of the victory. We shall celebrate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I want to say thank you in the correction of the chairman's pronunciations. I mean his name. Okay, quick one. In 4 minutes, I want to quickly get entertained by one of our member, an artist in our midst. He went to the studio with his own resources to put a song together for the incoming president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please, Nigerians, put your hands together for Senior Moses. Senior Moses, please, we have. Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Moses, an artist, and he sang for Asiwaju.
APC ẹgbẹ́ kìíní wà èmi ló kàn. Hold on. I said Asiwaju òkèèrè Jagaban ló yege ó fi gbọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ káyé Tinubu máa gbégede ẹni tó mọ̀nà mo tẹ̀lé ó ń ṣe fágbàlagbà tọmọdé iṣẹ́ ribiribi tó ti ṣe máa kéde rẹ̀ fáráyé Tinubu máa ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ Dasiti bó ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ many empowerments everywhere, many supports everywhere, road constructions for rẹpẹtẹ and education for students, no competition wọ́n tó bẹ́ẹ̀ if they try it mo máa tẹ́ ẹni ọlọ́run ìṣàní ló ń fẹ́ ẹni tí ìlú yàn lọ́lọ́run fẹ́ wọ́n bèrè pé ta ni a fẹ́ o Bọ́lá Ahmed là á fẹ́. Please drop this and loud this for me. Let's go there. Volume. Say, Senior Moses, down this killer. Volume, please. Volume. But, ẹni ọlọ́run èèyàn ṣáà ló ń fẹ́, ẹni tí èèyàn lọ́lọ́run fẹ́. Wọ́n bèrè pé ta ni a fẹ́ o, Bọ́lá Ahmed là á fẹ́. Àwọn lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ gan bí Tinubu bí lórí ilé, èmi lọ́kàn yèé, káàkiri kò gbé wọlé ṣe ta lè máa dìbò fún o. Ta lè máa dìbò fún o. Oya baba, mama, brother, sister, Tinubu nínú anọ́dà, yóò ta lè máa dìbò fún o. Ìṣe ta lè máa dìbò fún o no. Say baba, mama, brother, sister, our president in Nigeria. Say Bọ́lá Ahmed ẹgbẹ́ fún Bọ́lá Ahmed ẹ fi fún Aṣíwájú ni ẹ dìbò fún Jagaban ni ẹ kó fún bọ̀dá yusa ẹ tẹ̀ka bàbá màmá ẹ tẹ̀ka o tí kò bá já síwájú kò ní dá ká má padà lọ jẹ káyé get your PVC vote for APC gbogbo ń dẹ́ Jagaban ní Aṣíwájú that's we guarantee yeye àwa pẹ̀lú rẹ̀ Bọ́lá Ahmed ló fi ẹ́. Nigeria president ó ṣòǹgọ́gọ́ là ẹsẹ̀ tá lè máa dìbò fún o ṣe tá lè máa dìbò fún o no. Ó yá bàbá mama brother sister Tinubu nínú anọ́dà yóò tá lè máa dìbò fún o ṣe tá lè máa dìbò fún o. Bàbá mama brother sister. President in Nigeria. Oya Aṣíwájú òkèèrè Jagaban ló yege ó fi gbọ̀rọ̀ jẹ́ káyé Tinubu máa pégede ẹni tó mọ̀nà mo tẹ̀lé ó ń ṣe fàgbàlagbà tó ọmọdé iṣẹ́ ribiribi tó ti ṣe máa kéde rẹ̀ fàráyé Tinubu máa ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ Dàsí tí bọ́ ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ many empowerments everywhere many support everywhere road construction rẹpẹtẹ and education for students no competition wọn ò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ if they try it wọn máa tẹ́ ẹni ọlọ́run yàn ṣáà ìlú ń fẹ́ ẹni tí ìlú yàn lọ́lọ́run ń fẹ́ wọ́n béèrè pé kàníyàn fẹ́ o Bọ́lá mẹ́ẹ̀dì là ń fẹ́ àwọn lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ gan bíi pé Tinubu gan ló lè ṣe èmi ló kàn yéé káfí gbòògbé wọlé ṣe ta lẹ́ máa dìbò fún o ṣe ta lẹ́ máa dìbò fún o oya baba mama broda sista Tinubu ni no another yóò ta lẹ́ máa dìbò fún o ta lẹ́ máa dìbò fún o ṣe baba mama broda sista they are president in Nigeria APC ẹgbẹ́ kìíní wá ẹgbẹ́ kìíní wá APC. bámi jọ bangeli mi kì í máa lọ do something please. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a beautiful one from Senior Moses. Thank you very much, Senior Moses, for putting up that beautiful song. All right. At this junction, ladies and gentlemen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will be coming not to the end of this program because it is an endless world. We are not tired until when we get to that position where we want to be. On this note, once again, to take the closing prayer by reciting the national anthem's second stanza. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me once again appreciate our legal advisor, the person of Barrister Olayinka Ola Daniels. Please put your hands together for him.
All right, shall we rise? We're singing the second stanza. That's the O God of creation. 1, 2, go. Creations, the retalobukos, guide our leaders right, ever you the truth to know, in love or honesty to grow, and living just and true, with love attempt to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. So let's pray. We thank God for today. We thank God for the success of this meeting. And we want to pray that today will be the beginning of a new Nigeria coming to manifestation in Jesus' name. Let's go in peace. Let's spread the message and not any mess. No need to fight. When they ask you in 2022, we need result. We need people to deliver. We want to see a greater nation and not sentiment. They brought religions to us. It cannot divide us. We are new generation. Let us tell them nothing will divide us because we are focused. God, in his infinite mercy, will grant us all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to carry out these tasks. And I pray, come next year, we shall have cause to give glory to God in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for yourselves,
for being a part of this event. Some people have gone, some people were tired, but you saw it to the end. Thank you so much. A big thank you to our guest speaker who came all the way from Maiduguri. God bless you. Thank you for coming. We want to thank you from the APC Secretariat. Thank you for coming. For Eze Ndigbo, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for coming, Your Highness, sir. And our DG, it's always a pleasure working with you. Thank you so much. Please, the speech of the guest speaker, the address is going to be posted on the WhatsApp page. Digest it, read it, digest it, read it again, and let it become a part of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Because somebody have to thank the National Secretary, Adebukola Tominsi, for putting out this beautiful event together. God bless you. We want to say thank you to all the media houses, from MITV to Star FM to Orisun TV to Tennis TV to Arise TV to Echo FM to all the radio stations and TV stations gathered here today to make it a success. We want to say a big thank you to Mr. David, engineer and a super DJ, alongside with Anna, balancing this together. I want to say thank you to all cinematographers and photographers. TJ, I see you. God bless you. Big shout out to one of the most smart and spontaneous sports TV and radio presenter, the person of Mr. Sterling of our radio station putting us together. I want to say a big thank you to Shito. I want to say a big thank you to all our people living with disability. I want to say thank you to everyone who came from the north, from the east, from the south, and of course the southwest. Yes, the western side of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I want to say thank you to Mr. Bayo Ilukpeju. I want to say thank you to Princess Dolakbo Oluokun. Thank you to Dr. Abiola Idowu. Big thank you to Barrister Olayinka Oladaniels. Thank you to Mr. Akin Fatuke. Thank you to Engineer Chooks, the representative of Eze Ndigbo of Alimosho. Yes, we want to thank you to the representative of the Lagos State APC, Lagos World Senatorial District Chairman, the person of Comrade Owosho Oladujoye. We want to say thank you to our guest speaker, the person of Honorable Christopher Godwin Akaba, the Senior Special Assistant to His Excellency, Governor of Borno State. God bless you. We appreciate you so much. We want to appreciate Honorable Olajide Ahmed, the Director General of this beautiful platform.
Ashiwaju, a title befitting a true leader. In Yoruba land, only the one who has shown prowess in leadership over time is called by that title. It is earned, never bought or inherited. The road to earning it is a long, hard road to travel, and only the selected few have traveled it thus far. One of these selected few is our very own Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a man of great strength, resolve for peace, tranquility, and unity. He is one of the great survivors of the first fight for democracy in our great nation. He stood in the heat of the battle and held the first horn of the trumpet that blew democracy on us all. Asiwaju is not only a kingmaker, like popular opinion has to say, he is also a political blessing waiting to happen to the nation in its entirety. A lot of assumptions have traveled far and near about this great political icon, negative political propaganda, and clueless free talk, most of which are nothing reflective of who he is. The man Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a man whose heart is in the development of this nation towards unconventional novelty. He is well read and experienced in both public and private sector, versed in economic discourse, not in a textbook kind of way, but having lived and practiced it, he is exemplary in finding and building fortune for public institutions. Lagos is a perfect example, visionary in every way. Asiwaju took a rather prosperous but chaotic city like Lagos, added structure and order, engaged all aspects of the economy and society, and achieved a solid and thriving economy. As a governor, Asiwaju took the bull by the horn and launched Lagos into economic stability by means many didn't think were possible. After his tenure, he continued to offer advisory services, got involved in leadership building to make the state the economic nerve center of their country, Nigeria, never to travel the road to despair again. Not even the opposition can deny the economic power Lagos holds in our dear nation, Nigeria. Thanks to the forward and futuristic leadership of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that has never faltered. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not only a great and successful politician, he is a man who believes in fostering unity in diversity, has implemented in the capacity as a serving governor. This, many times, his experience symbolizes greatness. If anyone is capable of leading Nigeria out of the trenches into greatness, it is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Vote Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2023 as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You won't regret that choice. Vote Asiwaju, vote Jagaban. Today is the day. Tomorrow is our time.